Hello friends, my name is Renuka and welcome back to my channel. And today I'm making some cards with the Hero Art card kit. But these are the bunny cards. I'm kind of giving you idea. You can use the any rabbit or bunny image you have with, and you can create these kind of cards. I'm mixing a little bit of products from other brands too to make these cards. And this kit is only came with the stamps and dies. There are papers, but little bit papers. So let's jump to making project. I'm using MFT's tag builder here, and I'm just cut out many of the tags out of it just to save time, and as well as I use some phone foam and cut those. Now I'm using here a transparency and put that on the shaker. I want to make a shaker tag here, and then I'm kind of placing the beads inside that. I've used double-sided foam tape for making shaker, and I use various methods here just to show you how it works. Sometimes I use double-sided shaker to make shaker, double-sided tape. Sometimes I use the fun foam, and I'm kind of playing with them and adding little bit of bead. These sea beads are from my stash. These are from my projects. I don't know how long I'm carrying them. And then I'm using little bit of salty ocean and putting those on that white tag. Then this is the trick that how you align the that tag. Now you can add the squirrel, the rabbit, anything you want to. I just want to show you the options. And this kind of plastic ribbon kind of came, it's nature color in kit, so I want to use that. Now I use cut out lots of these papers, and those are from the Pables, and this is not came in a kit, but you can use whatever you in your stash. I'm just giving you idea that you can use those on the backgrounds too. But here I'm planning to do something different. I'm using the watercolor Simranoff soft color cardstock, and I'm using the distress ink, the cracked pistachio and citrus citron, and I just want to put little bit more on the background. And then I'm using abandoned coral, also little bit of yellow color, and I die cut out these hugs from the Simmons's die cuts painted sentiments. And I just put a paper sticker paper on the fun foam, and then I just run through this die cut couple of times with my machine. Now I'm using here Spectrum Nori alcohol markers to color those bunny. I'm kind of making it white bunny. Then I just add little bit of more color, kind of grayish tone, IG1 and IG2 and IG4 I use. Then I add little bit of pink color to his cheeks and the rabbit ears. Now I want to add little bit of more color, so I'm using here CT1 color to add those color to the hug sentiment. And then I'm kind of cutting that carrot which is in rabbit's hand. Now I have this mist with me, so first of all I use the dry simple plain water mist. This is like small splatters, I don't want the big one. And then I just put a little bit of move lawn color re-anchor of distress ink in the spritz, and then I'll spritz those. These are the mini misters, and I put some golden powder there, which is from pearl powder, and I just add water, so I get a shimmery golden mist here. Now after misting all those and drying it properly, I will use, actually I heat set that cause it otherwise it took a little bit long to do. And I'm using a Simmons's big rectangle, stitch rectangle, and I will put all this on the main panel. And I'll add little bit of shimmer there. You can see I'm using Winkazella. Then I'm creating a white top folding card base, so I'm cutting the normal paper into two, and then it is 11 and 8.5 paper, and I'm cutting that into half, so I will get a A2 size card, which is 5.5 by 4.25. Kind of just placing that thing. You can add a fun foam here in the background or double-sided tape to get more raised dimension. I didn't because I already have the little bit more dimension with that tag, so I just keep that and just putting little bit of fun foam, main foam to tape on the background of that bunny, and then I'll add those sequins just to match little bit, add more bing, and it seems like that bunny is holding that hug in his hand, and I'm kind of creating that thing. And then I add little bit of glossy accent to just more, enhance the look. So I really like this softer bunny look, and these sentiments and cards you can send to anyone. I'm adding little black gel pen also to get more dimension out of it. So in this way I just create a little bit of more dimension on that hugs by putting the glossy accent and putting some dewdrops kind of thing with the glossy accent. You can use dewdrops, and this completes the card. You can put any sentiment inside. I just skip that step, and I'm just adding little bit of black gel pen to his eyes. Now I'm using the yellow and blue color for distressing to kind of creating a soft sky background on this tag. I'm using here the MFT circle tag die, and now here are the options. You can put ducks, you can put the squirrel, you can put anything on this, and it's kind of just a way of creating a scene here. But I just decided to go and cut out the hillside, and which is came with the scrap leftover from my previous projects, and then I cut out one frame by using the physics circle. I put that circle in the main die, and you can get that kind of frame there. Now here are the options you can do. Now I cut out some of these MFT small trees. I'll link all the all the project products at the end of the video, as well as you can go to my blog to see them. And I just used the paper which came in a kit. It kind of very vibrant and nice and thick color. Then I'm putting all these things together using my acrylic block to stay tuned properly. I'm using glossy accent because it dries a little bit clear. You can go with anything, you can use glue dots also. And I'm kind of creating here a scene with that hill, and I decided to stamp one sentiment that says that somebody loves you. So you can stamp anything here. I just decided to use that. So but you can stamp happy birthday, hopping birthday, and you can put that bunny there or anything you want to. Now I just want to show you the technique that how I did that, and then I will use again the glossy accent to put all things together, just wipe off the excess. And now this is the kind of frame I'm creating here. So we'll make some shaker cards. So I'm using here Hero Arts acetate. These are really nice and thin acetate, and came in a smaller sizes also. I'll put all the sizes I have in description. So I'm just cutting that. I'm making marks with the pen and just cutting them inside that marks, and then I'm using the glossy accent to stick that acetate on the frame, and then I'll just put that aside for drying. And then I use the double foam tape here, and I just double it up because I want a more dimension to my shaker. And then I'll use the AK Success powder tool to just remove extra stickiness, and then I'm adding little bit of sequence inside that scene, sticking on that scene somehow, that when we shake the thing, not all the shaker element fall on the bottom. The same time I'll make sure that I'll have the, and I'm just closing that, and just seeing that everything is looking nice stuck inside. Then there are some of the pattern papers I have. Now I'm just kind of choosing them, and at the end you can see I add more paper to it, but somehow you can skip that part and you can stick up to this process also. Now I want to add little bit of brown bunny this time, so I'm using BG1, BG2 and BG4 colors from Spectrum alcohol markers, and I'm kind of mixing them. I'm not using here I think the blender one. I will just use the lightest color. I'm using PP1 to add a little bit of pink to his bunny's cheek, and as well as on the ears inside and then I'll use the blender pen to blend all these colors together. This trick is very simple. Whenever you're coloring with alcohol markers, choose the lightest one, then go to darkest one, and then again add the lighter one or the blender one, so you'll get the nice smooth effect. Now I'm just putting those papers by using the glue here, and adding little bit of that twine or ribbon, plastic kind of natural color ribbon brown came naked, and this bunny too. Then I decided to add something more in the background, so I just used the salmon says scallop borders and cut out the paper, and I'm kind of layering it with the another paper. You kind of skip this part and put directly on the frame. I don't know why I like this, but I did that. And somehow sometimes I am kind of troubling with placing the papers in the right way, so you can see me that I repeat off and do it that again and again, but yeah, it's okay. And I started layering those papers and putting all the elements together. I'll stick one uh, tree from the die on the corner of it, and then I'll stick another bunny on the another corner, and it's like he's holding a carrot in his hand. And yeah, I just popped those eyes by using a black gel pen, and I use the excess stripe inside of that paper, so it kind of matching inside. I didn't write any sentiment. Now I'm using here a fun foam, and you can see that I'm trimming off the excess because fun foam has tendency to lose the shape. So I'm again using here MFD stack builder. I'm cutting off the excess one, and I'm using here the shades of green, white and brown, kind of making some tags kind of thing. You can use those tags as it is, or you can put them on the card. And here I decided to I make a tag card with these tags, and for that I'm just creating a small shakers, and I'm simultaneously making some of the sentiments by using alphabet dies. These alphabet dies are also from MFT. You can use whatever you have. I'm using here spectrum aqua colors and kind of blending the three colors or two colors together. So now I'm doing here the couple of things that simultaneously, so that I can get 2 or 3 tags and you can see what exactly I mean. So I'm just creating those a tag shape. Here the double tag shape I have, and now I'm kind of placing acetate on it. It took little bit time for drying, although the glossy accents dry really fast. Still I want to create 3 tags all together, and you can see that I'll use 2 of them. I'm making one with fresh and hugs. Now I use the spectrum aqua markers to color them, and then add little bit shimmer on them. After that I'll use the glossy accent to put all things together, and I'm kind of placing those on directly on the acetate. And sometimes I mess up with the placement, so I just wipe it out with the baby wipes, and then I'm putting the acrylic block over it so it can stay together nicely. So this one is like hugs, and another sentiment I create, I think the fresh one. Yeah, so for that I decided to use those I don't know, I use the apples also on the sentiment, so I'm kind of seeing that what will look nice on it. So I decided to color those apples in the red, and here I'm using the Zig Clean color markers. Now these are the water-based markers, same as the Spectrum Nora markers, but these are nice to blend with together. You don't have to use water each time. So here I'm not using water, I'm using the shade lighter shade of pink and red, and then I'm going to little bit maroon color here, more in caramel red, or you can say just kind of mixing those color. You can go with little bit of orange also. So or you can put water also by using the darkest color, but I just want to look those apples really vibrant, so I'm kind of putting those color. I didn't skip that process because I thought you might be like to see that how I color them. And then I will decorate out all these by going through the decorating machine several times, because I have the same only one die of these apples. And then at this moment I kind of sticking with those apples, but somehow I decided to add the basket of apples on this fresh card. But I thought it's too much on the card and I'll skip that. But if you are not adding the tag, then you can add definitely a basket with the fresh sentiment, or you can say the fresh hugs. So if you don't have the kind of sentiment, more sentiment in your kit, you can add your own also. So now I'm just putting those apples, 3 apples, inside the tag. Then I decided to put green sequence in a little bit, sorry, the green sea beads in those, and again a little bit of glass beads. These are the red and orange one, and those are like splattering here there on my work surface, but it's okay. And I'm using the liquid glue to adhere it the top of the tag here, and then I'll just put that aside for drying. Now I'm creating kind of layer here, so that kind of fresh green color, the red color, everything kind of go together with those apple. And I have this leftover cardstock which came in a kit. I do the stitch line both side by using the lawn fawn stitch body die, and this is the salmon's stitch rectangle die what using for the rectangles. I'm kind of creating layers here. Then I will put that tag on the center of the card, and here I'm kind of struggling that what should I use, and I think I finally end up with the green baker's twine. Yeah, this one is also from the lawn fawn baker's twine. I really like it. This is a really nice one, and kind of matching and going through the whole thing goes fresh and green. And you can do this card with any vegetables. They have the radish, they have the cabbage, the lots of vegetables, so you can mix and match. Or as I said before, you can do this one with the fruit basket also, so you can skip the tag there and make a big fruit basket with having lots of veggies and fruits inside, and you can just keep that fresh. And inside you can send like fresh sentiment like fresh hugs, or have like baby card like fresh newborn, something like that. Or you can just send the fresh spring good wishes. So I'm just taking those apples, kind of changing their positions, and kind of this is the liquid glue, so I have lots of time to. Then I decided to add a little bit of Nuvo drops, so I'm using those kind of matching with them. So ruby red color, and I'll use some of 3D dots also, which I have in my stash. It's kind of very sparkly purple color, and it is from Fremicryl. I bought that product from India, so I don't know, but you can use the Nuvo drops or enamel dots, something like that, the similar one. So then I just add a little bit of shimmer to card by using Quinkazella. So that completes card. Now for this last card, it's very simple. I create that hugs the same way we create the fresh one. And I'm kind of layering everything, and I decided to add the sending hugs sentiment. Now these are from MFT's label sentiment, and I use the green color from Momento text ink, and then I'm kind of layering all these now you can see the stamp and I'm kind of layering all the things together here, and I just put all the things together, and somehow I skipped that part. I just missed that part, that where I put that bunny and how I color that, but it is the simple way how I did with the another card. So these are the cards. I hope you enjoyed today's project. You can follow me on Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, and on my blog too. And if you like it, please leave it comment. I really love to read those comments, and thank you for subscribing, loving me, and sharing your kindness to me. So until the next crafty project, have a crafty life. Bye bye.